Hello, I'm Gerald from Steambow, and with this video today we want to show you different sighting options that you have available for the Stinger II platform. Sighting options, sights in general, are very important for accurate hitting of your target. In the last video and also in our blog post where we talked about our arrows, we emphasized how important it is that you have a good projectile if you want to hit your target. The projectile is as important as the weapon. Same goes for the sighting system. If you have good sights, you are able to hit your target. If you have bad sights or if you don't use them correctly, you have no chance of hitting. Accuracy suffers a lot, of course, if the sights are bad. There are a couple of sighting options on the market. Some of them work good for the Stinger II platform, some of them don't. I think quick overview what I've brought you here is a good starting point. We have here our Stinger II Compact in the standard configuration right out of the box, where you just have iron sights, very basic. We have our Stinger II Special Edition, and same is the same metal magazine and the new metal magazine with our improved iron sights. We have different kind of red dot sights, closed configuration, open red dot sights, and we have a scope. And last but not least, two laser options, red laser and green laser. But let's go into detail. Here with our compact and the iron sights. They work this way. When you go to your target, you have two options. If you are on short distance, your aim is to obstruct the red dot, the orange glowing dot with the leaf spring here that's holding the lid. And if you want to shoot to a further distance, then what you do is you raise the gun until the red dot is visible above this leaf spring here in the back. This is of course not extremely precise. It's good for the short distances that the Stinger II is developed for. I would say up to like 15 yards. These open sights are absolutely fine, and for quick target acquisition, they are also pretty good. What you don't have, let's stay here for a second here, what you don't have is any windage and elevation adjustments. So you have basically no adjustments. If you're shooting to the left, for example, because of a trigger mistake, you have no way to correct that on the sight. But I think that's bad practice regardless, because if you have a trigger mistake, it's better to practice that out instead of just adjusting the sights to your mistake. But it's, of course, everyone's choice. On the Special Edition and on the metal magazine, we improved the iron sights. We added rear iron sights, proper rear sights, so to speak, and not just a leaf spring that you can use as a guidance. We have a proper front post that's now windage adjustable. Elevation adjusting on a Stinger II platform makes basically no sense, because on these different distances you will have a different point of impact. That's something that you have to get into your feeling, that you have to practice. But sideways windage correction can be done on the iron sights here. When you go into target shooting, or when you want to shoot to further distances, I think using a red dot sight is the best option that you have. A red dot sight is basically just a glass window where you project a red light or a green light onto it, and you can change the point where this is projected to with these two screws, windage and elevation. And so you have one point in the front of your crossbow. The other point, so to speak, is your eye. So when you go into firing stance, you have your cheek onto the buttstock. Your eye is in a fixed position. That's one point. The second point is here in the front, and the connection between 2 points is a line. And if I zero it, then this line will point to my target, and I will be able to hit the target. There are guys that mount the red dot sight nearer to the eye. Like for example here on this one, we offer a special lid for that. This has the benefit that you are quicker in finding the dot in the red dot sight, but it has the disadvantage that, of course, the distance is now almost halved. So every deviation here in the sight has a bigger impact on target the nearer the red dot sight is to my eye. Worst case scenario, I have it really right before my eye. Every fraction of an inch will have a huge impact on the target. If I have the red dot sight almost at the target, every deviation on the red dot sight makes the same at the target. So basically you will be more accurate if you have it further away from you, but it will take more training to get the dot quickly in your eye vision. But I suggest that you train that when you go to a shooting stance. Make it a habit to find the dot immediately. If your muscle memory memorizes that, you will be very quick with target acquisition, even if you have the red dot sight in the front. On the Stinger II platform, there is another benefit. When you have it in the front, it's mounted fixed to the crossbow. If you have it on the lid, of course, there is some play because it's a hinge, and this play can have some impact on your accuracy. Especially if you use higher magnification, if you, for example, mount a scope to our tactical. Some guys do that. Big one, for example. You have a lot of weight suddenly on the gun. You lose a lot of time for target acquisition because using a scope is much slower than using a red dot sight. You lose a lot of situational awareness because with the red dot sight you usually have both eyes open and you have perfect situational awareness. On the scope you really have tunnel vision. You only see a very small part of the whole picture. And of course you have all these inaccuracies because of the play in the lid. So scope on the tactical model really makes no sense from our point of view. This is completely different on our survival. The survival is the Stinger II configuration that's designed to be a hunting tool. For example, in a survival situation, you have a very small, very lightweight, disassembly-able, quick takedown crossbow. And on a hunting crossbow, of course, the scope makes a lot of sense. I have a lot of time. Usually I'm in an ambush situation. I'm waiting for my prey to appear on the spot I have chosen. For example, if I'm hunting rabbits with it, I would wait in front of the rabbit hole, sight in, wait patiently until a rabbit appears, and then I have all the time in the world to proper aim, hold my breath, and then squeeze the trigger gently. Here, a scope makes sense because target acquisition is not that time sensitive in a hunting application. Then, for example, in target shooting or in dynamic target shooting, what I hope will establish with that, and of course in a defensive application, quick target acquisition is very, very important. Perhaps what I've missed talking about is the closed and the open versions that exist for red dot sights. The closed ones just have a tube, and they are a little bit less light sensitive. So if, for example, if you have a lot of sunlight out there, you can have glares and you can be easily have sun spots on the lens. This is on a closed red dot sight less frequent. The open red dot sight, on the other hand, is much lighter and of course needs less materials. And I think on the super lightweight Stinger II platform, an open red dot sight is a very good choice. Last but not least, I want to talk about the products that we have in our portfolio. Every kind of sighting option works on our Stinger II. You have a standard Picatinny rail. You can mount whatever you prefer. But if you want to buy our products, what we have is a very sturdy and good quality red dot sight. There are a lot of those red dot sights on the market in varying quality, going from very, very shitty to decent. We were very tight with our quality control and we chose a supplier that offers good quality. It's still a very affordable product. If you compare it to some of the high-end firearms red dot sights that can cost like $500 US, you are here in a very affordable price point. Then we have some laser options. We have a red laser, which is good for low light situations, for nighttime use. You have an aiming solution that works in complete darkness. You can also use a red laser for hip shooting, for awkward shooting positions, for shooting around the corner. If I just want to put my weapon around the corner, therefore there a laser is good. The green laser is much brighter, especially because the eye is better in the green spectrum. It's good for daylight use. You can use that even on a bright summer day. On nighttime use, it's bad because it will immediately spoil your night vision capabilities. So when you get green light into your eyes, the eyes close immediately. and you will have long time until you get your night vision restored. In our portfolio is also a scope, a very basic scope for the survivor. What we emphasized on is robustness. This is almost indestructible. It's very simple. There is nothing that can break. There is no battery. There is no illumination. It's just a standard 4x magnification scope with a good reticle that's suitable for the hunting distances on a Stinger II survivor. I think that's all. What I suggest is that you try a little bit around what works best for you. Try out what your friends use, and there are literally thousands of different sightings options on the market. There are sites from very affordable going up to thousands of dollars, and find out what works for you, and yeah, report us. Let us know what you prefer. Yeah. We will talk a little bit more about the thema sighting systems on our homepage. We will make a dedicated information hub there. We'll also definitely talk a little bit in our newsletter and our blog posts about it. So if you want to stay tuned there, I suggest that you subscribe to our newsletter. And other than that, I thank you very much for your attention, and I wish you much fun with our products. Thank you very much.